Hi guys, how is everyone? Yeah, I'm alive. Okay. Catch up. Ah, come on, catch up. Let's hope this keeps going at a decent pace. I hope you guys can all hear me tonight. I may be talking a little bit soft tonight, guys, because I do actually have a bit of a cold, and it's also the reason why there was no vlog um, post yesterday. It's because I could barely talk yesterday, so but we're still here for the live, so pardon me. We'll do the best we can. So I see that Blake was first, followed shortly by Dan, then Nathan. Oh, pardon me. I might have to key in this one over here. Drop down the laptop and hopefully we'll be able to keep up with everything. Yeah, definitely going to try and look after myself. So we're nice and rugged up and sitting inside at the moment. So tonight, yeah, we're just going to talk a little bit about what's happening in my fish room. I haven't really had a chance to do much of the fish room because because I've had the cold and stuff like that, and been working late hours this week, which is probably why I've copped the cold. I'm just run down and also worked late hours all last week, then also worked Saturday. So yeah, a bit run down last week, so that's probably why I've copped it. But yeah, so we're just gonna have a bit of a chat about what's thanks to Querying Cop, and just gonna have a bit of a rundown on what's going on and and stuff like that. Hi, Galar. So there is going to be a new tank put into my fish room that I'm going to have to take care of, and I wasn't really expecting it until the girlfriend threw it on me the other week. That sounds a bit the same as me, Blake, except I don't go to bed quite that early in the morning, but I'm definitely going to bed sort of about 12 o'clock and waking up around 5 o'clock to go to work at 6, or be at work by 6. So yeah, we do a fair bit of long hours. And yeah, hopefully the money's pretty good, Nathan. But yeah, so the tank that my girlfriend wants to set up is actually for a short neck Murray River turtle, of all things. I was never intending of ever doing a turtle tank, but now it's on the cards. She's already got a license, been approved for a license, and has already been looking up places on where she can go and pick up a turtle. and what type of turtle she can actually have on her current reptile license. And she's disappointed because she's found a few really nice, pretty ones like the northern yellowface. Yeah, the northern yellowface turtle. It actually looks really, really nice. So she's got to wait 2 years before she can have that, and she's actually got to show that she's had a turtle in care for 2 years. So I know who's going to be looking after the turtle, and also building the aquarium for it, or not building the aquarium, but building all the land structures. She wants it with a nice island area, and yeah, she wants a nice island area with a waterfall in the tank and everything else. So I think she was also planning on trying to put some sort of fish in the bottom of it. So with that, I'm looking towards Danio's or something fast that's not going to get eaten by the damn turtle, because turtles eat fish. Yeah, so this is turning into a very big and fun project, I suppose you could say. It's definitely a long-term project. It might even turn into a long-term 8 foot by probably 3 foot by 2 foot or something like that tank, with a few larger native fish. Yeah, I'm trying to breed those, Nathan. So we've actually got a couple of fry of those at the moment. The nice little rosa barbs. They'll accidental fry, but thirsty. They'll accidental fry, but yeah, that could be a good fish to throw in there. Nice and easy to breed, up same as Danios, I suppose. You can breed them fairly easy. Hey Chev. Yeah, well, I was a touch late. Yeah, I looked at I've looked at just about every turtle you can get on a R1 license here in New South Wales. I know they're a little bit different in other states. I think Canberra you don't even need a license for them. So, so yeah, where she's looking into getting a what is it pardon me. Yeah, she's looking into getting the Murray River short neck at the moment. Let's see if I can find a decent photo here. Okay, we'll use this photo because it's cute. Yeah, I just had my rose bulbs in a planted tank, and they started pulling out my plants, and I think it was from breeding behavior. So I pulled out the adults and everything to try and let the plants get established and get some roots down. And a couple of days later, I started noticing fry swimming around the tank. So we've been feeding the fry in the planter tank and and slowly growing them up. When I first seen them, they were probably about a millimeter, maybe millimeter and a half, and now they're about 5 millimeters. So they're growing fairly quickly in the last week, which is good. Yeah, okay, so move that. I need to. Pardon me. Oh, crap. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm trying to quickly do something for you. Not that one. That one. So this is the little Murray Murray River short neck. Hi, Budgie. Glad to see you snuck in. Just trying to catch up in the chat here. Hey, Dr. Black. Yeah, I'm doing long hours of research for for these little turtles. It's absolutely annoying the crap out of me trying to work out what to feed these little guys and all that sort of stuff. No, it's not quite the corona, Dr. Black. I wish it was. At least I know how to get rid of the damn thing. No, it's just a cold. So yeah, so she's looking at getting those little ones. And yeah, so we're slowly working on setting the tank up. We're also doing videos and all that sort of stuff, and heap of filming on all that sort of stuff, and on setting up the tank and what turtles and that need for their sort of care and stuff like that. So there's a few videos like that in the works. So I suppose I'm sort of growing my channel into a more of a native style channel, I suppose. I suppose you could say. but yeah, I think it's coming. I think my channel's going okay. I have noticed that all the haters and that have gone. I think I went from getting 6 dislikes on a couple of videos to getting none for a while, and now I'm back to getting 1. So it's good to see that most of the people that were disliking my videos and that have disappeared, I suppose, which is good in regards. So me. So yeah, I think that's a good thing in the long run. But that they've gone. So this is the turtle that my girlfriend's looking at getting in the next 2 years. The yellow faced, the northern yellow faced. She has to have her R2 license to keep these guys. So she'll yeah, aquarium cop. It's a bit like that. We're trying to carp tank. I don't think I'll go carp tank. Actually, I might go native carp. I've actually been looking at them. I can catch them around here. There is tiny little carp, more like gudgeons, but they are actually a carp. And they are native, so so we might keep stuff like that. Where are we? Definitely not going to keep a European carp. Like I catch too many of those when I go fishing. I don't need to keep them in my tank. I see enough of them in the wild, and the more you can pull out of the waterway, the better. So yeah, it's well, if my girlfriend keeps going bodgy and I think she gets to, I think it's an R4 license, she'll actually be able to keep a freshwater croc. So there may be plans for that in like 10 years. Pardon me. So yeah, then there might be plans for that in the next 10 years to have a. Yeah, in Victoria, you don't need licenses for the Murray River short neck, but in New South Wales you do. You can keep them as a companion, but I still think it's safer to have the license. They count it as a companion pet, so I don't think you need the license, but the place that we're buying them through, you actually do need a license to keep them here in Australia. In New South Wales, sorry. Oh, if I can. Oh, I've got the room for a bodgy. I've just got to convince the girlfriend to let me dig a big pond, fence it off, and figure out a way I can heat probably a few thousand liters of water in the wintertime when it gets down to -5 sometimes. That could be the biggest problem I have with actually getting the freshwater crocs, is having the setup for them that I can actually keep them outside. But turtles, I can't see why not. I can keep them in a smaller pond. And I can probably end up keeping them outside if I through through summer and stuff like that. I don't need to start the chook farm. I work at an abattoir. Thirsty. I'm sure I can find enough scraps laying around to feed it. So yeah, that's probably the biggest thing that's happening in the channel at the moment. Is getting a turtle in the next sort of next month or so. Just gotta get the right lights and that for it. We need to put crushed limestone in the tank to help with the calciums and stuff like that they need for the shells. Also got to get UV light and stuff like that to help with strong shell growth and all that sort of stuff. Get a new filter to be able to clean the water and all that sort of stuff, and make sure I can get enough flow in that in the tank and that, so it all works well. But yeah, so actually the good news with the golden perch, they're now eating frozen bloodworms, which is good. It's costing me a fortune in frozen bloodworms because they won't eat pellets. But pardon me. Yeah, it's good that they're now eating well. They're starting to put on some size. I haven't seen any bodies floating around the bottom of the tank, so I'm assuming that they're all still alive and well. Looking into a few places where I can get bulk frozen bloodworms, and pardon me, and possibly looking at starting a bloodworm, a live bloodworm culture. So that'll be another video that I'm interested in doing, as well as doing a few videos on other live food cultures, like I suppose stupidly doing a mosquito farm and stuff like that. Yeah, Thirsty. I've done 13 years in the maintenance workshop at the local abattoirs here. And my old man was a slaughterman out there for 35 years, and my grandfather was a stockman for 25 years. Thanks for dropping in, Blackie. Glad to see you here. Always a pleasure to have you here on the stream. Yeah, sure. That's what I've got. Well, fortunate enough, I've got. Oh, I don't have. The girlfriend has what is it? 3/4 of an acre here in town, so I have the room to build the enclosure and that for a freshie. But like I said, that's a good 10 years away until she can actually get the license. or I get the license for it, because I'm actually putting in for my reptile license too, just because I'll probably be the one that most likely keeps or takes care of the turtle and that. And I've also got enclosures and that for other reptiles. I was going to get into geckos and stuff like that. Then I turned around and went back into the fish. So I've got a few enclosures and a few small lights and that for geckos and that, but nothing for turtles per se. But yeah, like I said, there's a fair bit of work that actually goes into turtles. Now I've been doing research. Like, you got to have, like, their food balance is ridiculous. Like, you got to have the right amount of calciums and that to go in to help their shell grow. You've got to have crushed limestone, and then in the tanks you've got to have yeah, no worries, chef. Yeah, I was gonna get the blue tongues and that, but I don't know. I've got a bearded dragon that lives in the backyard somewhere. Um, he's pretty good. He cleans up all the crickets and bugs and that around the place. So yeah, around my area, they're blue tongues and that sort of stuff is is fairly common to find, just sitting on the edge of the road, sitting I've got a small pond in the backyard with no fish or anything in it. Just acting as a water bug and mosquito farm basically at the moment, and it's going all right with helping feed water the local birds and little bearded dragon and stuff like that. You often see him sitting around well, not now, it's cold, but through the summer you often see him sitting around and laying on the log just in the edge of the water. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening there. Like I said, the golden perch babies are growing up. Yeah, what else do we have? I'm just trying to think. What else do I have going on in the fish room? Like I said, I haven't had a chance to do much in the fish room. And yeah, Thirsty, it has been a three generation work. No worries, Bodgy. Thanks for dropping in. Always a pleasure. I can't wait to see it when you finally get it all together. Yeah, we looked at the pig nose turtle, chef, but they kind of look a little bit ugly in my eyes, in the girlfriend's eyes, because she's the one that's going to be getting the turtle. She didn't find it too appealing, so she kind of ruled that one out herself. Pardon me. Yeah, so she kind of ruled that one out. Just as soon as she looked at it. Yeah. So. Oh, pardon me. What else we got? Yeah, I'm getting ready to. Actually, might even do it this week sometime. Purchased some fish to go in the little desk tank I've got here. I'm still trying to decide on what I want to stock it with. I was hoping it'd be a little bit more grown in by now, but it's not. So I still might leave it a little bit longer. I'm not sure yet. We've still got a few tanks up in the shed to fill. Oh, not so much fill, but I've got room to put more stuff in. So for now, so I'm just trying to basically double up on what fish I have and sort of what I've got breeding and stuff like that. I've already got 6 what is it, pygmy spotted rasboras to go in this tank. I'm just looking at a few other smaller fish to pack with it. So I'm looking at getting my clown killies again, or not looking at. I'm definitely getting my clown killies again. I do like my clown killies. I was devastated when I went in and seen them all dead. Oh, that's a good way to come in, Aqua, mate. Pardon me. I'm getting sick of this cold. Had it all weekend. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get a crab tank. That's just. I think that's just going a little bit over the top. Yeah, so yeah, we've got the spotted pygmy rasboras, probably going to go to clown loaches and maybe some pygmy cories. And I am thinking pulling out a pair of my what are they, the sparkling grammies from this tank over here, and putting in it as well. Just because I think the smaller fish that'll be in there won't bother them too much, and when the bacopa and that reach the surface, and the CH grass grows up, I think I'll have enough area there to get them to breed at one point. If not, I might go with the smaller croaking grammies or something like that. Or actually, I might even get my when the chocolates come back into the country, I'll probably grab some of those as well. I'm still planning on doing a full tank of those, and hopefully getting them out into the hobby a bit more. I won't let the missus see that one, Thirsty. She goes for the roosters for some reason. Yeah, I don't think the missus will be too keen if I try and cream all the roosters players into there. It'd be hilarious though. She's a rooster supporter, and without fail, it doesn't matter what we're watching, the TV will get stopped and roosters will get turned on, and then I get up and walk away because I don't really follow the football. Yeah, and I don't think I'll be able to fit them all into this small tank. I might have to jam them in the shed, make them work. If I bring all them home. I know one thing's for sure, she'd definitely leave me alone for a while. Finally give me a chance to do something that I want to do. Although if they turned up, she'd probably put them to work. Yeah, I kept mine for probably it'd be nearly 6 months. They come in as little guys, and I grew them out to adulthood, and probably within sort of a week of each other, they just all dropped dead for some reason. All their water parameters were the same. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. They all seemed healthy. Then just come in, and one by one, they just slowly died. And there was no real reason. There was no marks on them. There was nothing. No other fish were sick. No other fish had died. To be honest, it's just a complete mystery. I have no idea why they passed or anything like that. They just they're all in this big tank over here. Which way I point? Over in this big tank over here, and yeah, they just one day they decided they didn't want to live anymore. I suppose. Didn't even see that they weren't swimming any different. They weren't doing anything. So I come home, seen them. One had passed. Yeah, okay, I'll pull him out. Next day I come home, they're both alive. Went out to the shed for an hour, come back in, and one was dead. And the next day the last one was dead. So I've got no idea what was wrong, what happened, or anything. They just passed. Oh, you're gonna make me think of that now. Thirsty? Oh, oh crap. Pardon me. Yeah, so I still don't know what I'm going to stock in that tank I've got in behind this one up on the bench that I've got my little frying at the moment. I don't know if I'm going to put the barbs back in it or not. So that tank's fully planted and growing at the moment. So we're still trying to decide what I'm going to put into there. I am thinking along the lines of a fish that I've never kept before, but I'm going to keep that one a little bit secret until it turns up, and I exactly work out what it's going to be, because it is going to be a little bit more expensive than I would like, and unfortunately, the fish that I'm looking at getting doesn't really live terribly long. So I have to work out how to breed it and everything, and everything like that. So I can keep keep fish coming fairly regular, because I don't want to buy these fish, have them for 12 months, and have to try and find them again. Because I have finally found someone that sells them, but he's very reluctantly on telling me how to breed them and what he does to breed them. So we're doing a fair bit of research into that at the moment, and definitely going along the lines of having not so much a rare fish, but a rarer fish to come across. Like I said, they are a perennial fish, so they don't live very long. About 12 months. No, it's not a mud skipper. I'm still not convinced in doing saltwater tanks or even brackish water tanks. So, no, the chocolate grammies I had earlier passed away. But I'm just going to get a tank full of chocolates. When I got my last ones, I asked if the fish store could order more, and apparently there was no more in the country coming out of the wholesalers at the time. And from what I've heard at the moment, those that are in the country at the moment are ridiculously priced, because of all the shipping prices and all that sort of stuff being through the roof. And going on a post I seen today, toll shipping and stuff like that interstate is going to rise nearly 50%, because of the coronavirus. Again, basically, I have heard rumors that they're going to raise it nearly 50%. Seen a post on Facebook earlier about it, and I've also been talking to a couple of the delivery guys around here that deliver stuff to work, and they reckon it's going to go up too. Just because of the borders and that. No, it's nothing that big, Thirsty. It's only a it's only, it's a 65-liter tank or 70-liter tank. So just shy of 20 gallons. It's about an 17 or 18 gallon tank. It's just a little, like, 2 foot by 1 foot by like 18 inches or something. So 24 by 12 by 18. So I think that's 18 gallons or something. It's just shy of 20 gallons. So it's only 65, 70 liters, something like that. So it's nothing that big. It is they are fairly small fish though, and very, very colourful. Actually, Blake's probably got an idea of what I'm looking at getting, actually. Because he showed me a photo of a few of them that I've dug deeper into them. So, so we are looking at getting a few of those. But like I said, I've got to have the room to breed them constantly when I start getting them going, and stuff like that. Because like I said, no, it's not salt, it's not brackish, and it's not a native fish. No, it's not a native fish, Thirsty. But in saying that, I'm also looking at my native micro predator tank. So all the gudgeons and stuff like that. I'm looking at getting the Emperor Gudgeon or the Empire Gudgeon, the Peacock Gudgeons, and all those sort of pretty native fish that live up north from where I am, and stuff like that. I've got a 4 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's a 4 by 2 by 2 tank sitting at my grandparents' place that I've just got to go pick up when I get the when I get everything sorted, and that's going to be a native micro predator. Yeah, it could be thirsty. It's a type of killifish. I'm looking at getting some perennial killifish, but I'm not going to divulge on which ones. Blake's Aquatics kind of got me hooked on killifish just by showing that one video of the Golden Wonder Panchaks, and ever since then I've been hooked on killifish and looking at going into breeding them quite a bit. I've been talking to both of the local fish stores. Yeah, I might have to. Thirsty. Like I said, I'm looking at getting a fair few different types of I'm looking at getting a few, some perennials and some not perennials like the Panchaks and that live for a couple of years, and just start small and keep growing, I suppose, and hopefully getting to breeding them really well. I have found a fish club that does monthly auctions around in Canberra, which is about a little bit over an hour and a half, close to 2 hours away from where I am. They hold a meeting every month. They're just waiting on the laws and that to lift so they can do the auctions and that again, and stuff like that. So there's a killifish breeder down there that is willing to show me through his room and give me some hints and that on how to breed them. And Chev, I'm in Cowra. Cowra, New South Wales, so close to Bathurst, not Corowa. I'll just type in. No, not down at Chuka. Yeah, sorry about that, Thirsty. I was going to say I've got the sound going into the headphones down here, so I can actually hear the talk back coming through that because I'm. Yeah, I've got a bag of Aussie blackworms, the freeze dried ones. It's funny. I find some of my fish go nuts for them, and some won't touch them. Like my killifish, my blue panchaks, won't touch them. Like I can soak them. They float on the surface. They'll eat flake food and that around them, but won't actually eat the blackworms. Bloodworms I'll eat from a pair of tweezers, but won't touch blackworms. So that's interesting. I can hold the blackworms with a pair of tweezers and wiggle them around like I do the bloodworms, and they'll take the bloodworms but won't touch the blackworms. Or they'll eat the blackworm and then spit it out. So they obviously don't like the taste and just won't eat blackworms. It's quite hilarious actually. So yeah, I've been looking into growing my own blackworms, growing my own bloodworms. I basically have a mosquito farm going at the moment because I've got the outdoor pond. Got the outdoor pond going. It's basically a little kids swimming pool that's filled half up with dirt with a few small pond plants, and that's it. There's no fish in it because if I have fish in that, kookaburras, the cats, everything like that, will just scoop them out in the first day. I'm not even going to try put fish in it. It was just a little project I set up with my stepson, and it's basically in the place where my big pond's going to go. But the big pond's going to be designed a little bit different, so it will won't be as easy for the birds that to get to the fish. It's not going to have shade on it as such or be covered in. It's just going to have be a little designed one side and meets the safety regulations within my council code. Because unfortunately you can't have any pond over 30 centimeters deep that does not have a fence around it. It counts as a swimming pool, and you need to have a fence around it and everything else. And I don't want that. So what I'm actually going to do is put a step in the pond at 15 centimeters under the waterline, and run stainless steel mesh, 2-inch square mesh, over the shelf, and then have another 2 foot to 3 foot underneath the stainless steel mesh. So the stainless steel mesh, which will be reinforced with round bar, will keep the council happy. We'll also stop any animals diving into the pond, and any kookaburras and that won't be able to basically attack the fish if they're underneath the wire. So that won't be too bad. And yeah, I thought about doing a chicken wire roof and all that sort of thing Thursday, but I don't know. It just looks unsightly, and for what we're actually going to be doing, I don't really want that. I want something that's under the waterline, so you can still have the nice aesthetics of a pond without having things over it. A nice open space. I'll have to draw up a sketch of what it's gonna look like, and post it on next week live. And show you what it's gonna look like when it's roughly finished. So it's gonna be a waterfall going into one pond, with a shallow stream of about 2 meters long, going into another big pool, which will get pumped out of that back into the waterfall. It won't be able to stop a thirsty rabbit going for a dip, but it'll it'll definitely stop him from getting completely wet. Yep, that's always the way, Chef. Council have their own laws, and we have to abide by everyone else's. It's quite funny because near my place, when it rains, the council causeways and drains fill up with puddles, and those puddles can be nearly sort of 1.5 feet, 2 foot deep in some places. And we're basically asked the council to come along and redig the causeways and drains because of it pulling up. It actually pulls up across my neighbour's driveway, and he has 6 inches of water, or about 15 centimeters to 18 centimeters of water across his driveway all the time. Hi Jesse, glad you can make it. Oh crap! I've been rambling on for nearly an hour. Funny how you can talk to a camera about absolutely nothing. Amphibious rabbit. Maybe we should catch him and throw him in a zoo. He might make us some money. Never seen an amphibious rabbit before. Oh, but in saying that, I've seen rabbits swim. That's quite hilarious. So yeah, I don't really know what else I can ramble on about. I think I've covered just about everything. So just a quick recap to those that may not have been here at the start. I talked about I talked about the crap, I completely forgot. The new project I got coming up, the girlfriend's getting a turtle. Well, we got the girlfriend's getting a little turtle. So when the little turtle comes along, we have to keep him. Oh, he's going to stay for a long time. I'm going to end up building a pond in that for him with a heater and all that sort of stuff. I think outside when he gets big enough, because these turtles actually do live around my area all year long. They just go into hibernation through wintertime. So we'll keep him in a little area and make a box and that for him to go in, and that's not going to be for at least 2 years. Then after that 2 years, when we get a license upgrade, we're getting this little guy, the northern yellowface turtle. We're going to be getting him, and after that, I'm not 100% sure what we're gonna go for. Each year as we can, we're gonna upgrade our reptile licenses, and hopefully, well, Jesse, where I am, my summer is average 38 to 40 degrees Celsius. And winter can get down to -5 degrees Celsius for a few days. So we have a very, very broad temperature range here. Unlike some places here in Australia where they can sit at the same temperature all year long, or they don't change as much. Here in the southern areas, or not so much southern, I'm sort of sitting. Oh, we're in the southern area, but we're not south. Like I said, where I am, we have a temperature fluctuation between 40 to -5. So Platypus aquarium cop. I don't think we're allowed to actually keep them here in Australia as a pet. I think you have to sort of be a registered animal sanctuary or something to keep those, and then you can only keep them if they've been injured and stuff like that. You can't actually keep them as pets. They've got to be kept until they're able to go back into the wild. So I'm actually a member of the Wires here in Australia that does look after injured animals and rescue injured animals and stuff like that. So yeah, I would be able to get a platypus if it come in injured, but then again, I'd only be able to keep it until it was well enough to go back into the wild, and if a vet deemed that it was not well enough to be rehabilitated to the point where it could be released, it would have to be euthanized. Unfortunately, that's how Wires works. So yeah, that's about the same as it is here. Here, Thirsty. Where I am, if I travel an hour to Orange or Bathurst, when we get, and like we never get snow here, but not even that. Probably only half an hour away from here, we'll get snow. And where I live, won't see snow at all. We're just too low. Even though we get the cold temperatures, we still won't get snow. But yeah, like half an hour away, we'll get snow on the mountains. It's ridiculous. And I don't mean just a light dusting. I mean proper snowfall, the point where if you really wanted to, you could probably ski, but it's going to hurt when you fall off or fall over. Last year we had probably a foot of snow on the ground for about 2 weeks. That sat around the tops of the mountains and that, and the tops of the hills. Like I said, you could have skied on it, but it would have hurt. I could have packed it down enough that you could definitely ski on it if you wanted to. I know we took the young fella tobogganing on my mate's farm, just down a gentle slope into a creek bed that into a creek bed that sort of had a gentle rise on the other side, so there was no chance of him going anywhere. But yeah, so so yeah, we have a very broad range within sort of 100 kilometers of my place. We go from snow to nothing, and it's quite hilarious. Where else are we going with this? Back to this one. Pardon me. Well, guys, I did make the hour. I didn't think I was going to, but I might have to wrap it up shortly. Pardon me. My voice isn't going to take much more. Pardon me. So thanks everyone for coming along and hanging out for the last hour. Yeah, Chev, you're down in Albury Wodonga, aren't you? Pardon me. Yeah, I was down there last year, just at the start of winter, and went out to Yakandanda camping that with a few mates. So yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in and watching. But we're gonna have to call it quits here for the night. So thanks everyone for tuning in and joining in, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for watching.